Hello guys, welcome to the 100 Days of React Coding Challenge. So here we are discussing 100 different questions on React only from coding. We can discuss the theory in the next part. Currently we can focus on the coding part, the daily 100 coding part. So let's move into that. So today's question is to create a drop down using this array of objects. Like this array of objects contains a name as country name. City is an array of city names, and also have values like this. So what need to build is like we need to build as like this. If we click on select a country, nothing will show. We click on India, it will show the related cities that inside the India object. And if I select Pakistan, it will show the cities get changed. Likewise, we need to build the country and its corresponding city from that array of objects. So let's go into that and create this React interview question number one. So let's build that from the scratch. So here is that our object, the array of object is here. This is our array of object, and here inside the React component, like the return functionality, I will add a hey. From scratch, we can build our drop down component. So first we can write something like select select your country. From there we can choose the lot of drop downs. After that, the first thing we need to select is a country. So we can create a label for that. Before we need to create a div, and we can create a label for that. So the label will say about the country. It shows the country, and inside this label I need to show that drop down select drop down. So this select drop down will contains that value of drop down, the country names. So before that we need to add some values like what ID value things, and I need to create a state for that. The values must be in state. So we can create a state for that. The first state is like for country, set country as a use state, the first value, and also for the cities as well. City, cities, yes, the use state are set because here we can see that the cities are in arrays. That's why the city's default value start in array. The name, the country is in string, so its default value start in string as well. So we can add that country. We need to show the drop down of country, so we need to add that country as the ID here. It's we can add that country here as an ID, and for the value we we need to make that the values like that's a set state value. If the country is which is not actually about the that state value, we can give the CTR. It's fine. It shows the ID. It's just an ID, but this is the state variable that we created here. This is not that, so maybe confusion will be created, so that I changed that. And also inside this select value and create some options, right? The options of values, then only we can get that value. So first I need to show like option value is like okay, so selected value, right? Okay, select a country value, then we can go for the map, the result value, country store map profile q like x. That's perfect for map. Right? So inside this country values, we are taking all the countries. But I will create a separate options for separate countries. Okay. So we can go for that options. Well, I need to choose the key as well. Um, like key is the value. We can choose that as the key, no issues. And for the values, we can use the same. So why we use the key? Because else the React doesn't know where should it get replaced when the change occurs. Where should that change need to occurs when the re-renders happens. So at that time, this key is really helpful to re-render the exact change part. And we render the name, the exact country name here for that. So it is important use state, right? So here we can see the country, like select a country, all the countries from the these subject is shown here. Very easy, right? We can show every values of the country here. So next, when we click in this countries, nothing is happening. Like we need to show that when I click on Pakistan, this selected country need to be removed and Pakistan need to be shown here. So we can click a function when the on click even like on change or on click anything happens. Like when I click on change, create a function like handle the countries get changed. Country change. Country change is so good. Copy this and create this function here. Yeah, here. Sorry. Event. So take it as an event. And inside the function, I need to like I'm taking the value. Like when I click on a country here, the country's values come inside this event, right? So what value? The event will contains the country's value. So what like inside the event, the target target dot value will contain that value. So we need to put that inside a variable. We need to put that inside a variable constant like what we can selected yeah country it's fine selected country or our selected values inside this and we need to add it to the country. We need to set that to the country value. So now when we see here, when I choose India, yes, the India is here. When I choose Pakistan, yes, the Pakistan here. Bangladesh is here instead of that selected country. So the value is get changed. But the next thing we need to do is that when we click on an India, the corresponding cities need to be shown under a new cities drop down. That also need to be shown. So for that one need to actually we need to do like if there is a value in the selected country, if there is any value in the selected country, I'm creating um, a data for that. For like data means the cities. So let me give the name most selected country. Inside that I'm adding that when the countries countries means what this object work inside that I'm using a find where I'm finding the value, like which means if I choose India, which is means this X value if it is in India, so we are going to change that like the India's value. If I choose India, the India's value for the like let me add to down so we can easily understand that, right? Is it visible, right? Yeah. So if I'm choosing India, the India value which is equal to the selected value like the selected country if this value is equal to the selected if this value is equal to the selected country it will need to change the city which means that uh, the if I choose India the related array of data, the array of cities are equally matched with that, we need to change the state of the cities, set cities with the data of that city. Like maybe if the city doesn't have that data, we can't use this because if what if there is no data, if I remove this data from that, so we can choose a nullish collage or if condition. That's better. If condition is better. Yeah, if condition are primary conditions. If there is a value, we can show that selected country data and cities. If there is no values, we can show like an empty. That is this is fine. This is a fine state change. So if I click nothing because we doesn't need to return anything. So we need to create some return data for that as well. So for the cities, if there is any values in city, like any value for the city's length, if the value is available, we can show like that value. The so here inside this div, let me inside this same as I'm creating a label for the city, and here I'm creating a same thing that we have done here. The select inside that here I create country, so here I need to create city. The values also like the state variable of city, and the drop down will contain all the value of the related country's city. Very easy, right? So we can show it that like same. We can use the select option, select all, which will shows the where the select needs to show what we provide previous. We provide the ID value. So okay, we can provide the ID. Yes, we can put the same C. And for the value, like it doesn't need to. If needed, we can change that. No issues. But yep, good. So we can go to other options like options. Or if the options, yeah, I created this, and inside the options, the value will be changed according to the cities, which means the city where I map all the cities corresponding cities for that, and as a how I'm mapping that as an option as well. An option of first I need to set how I'm to create an index also, because there is no other values that we can provide as a key. So we need to make the key as index and the value as same as the city. And I'm just showing the value here as well and the option here as well. And if I goes here and if I choose India, I can see the related city. India's related city is Mumbai, Delhi. And if I choose Pakistan, we can see Lahore and Karachi. And if I choose Bangladesh, everything is shown. So this is one of the easiest way to create that. I hope you find this is interesting. Stay connected, stay subscribed, and we can move to the next React coding challenge on the next day. So bye guys.